but walking down the hallway and seeing all of those platinum records on the wall, that's what I'm talking about.
Tom Petty.
Fleetwood Mac.
Neil Young, man.
Cheap Trick.
Chili Peppers.
Pat Benatar. Guns N' Roses.
Nine Inch Nails. Foreigner.
Rat.
Johnny Cash.
Metallica.
Dude, how many music albums have been made there?
We chose Sound City because Nevermind was recorded there.
Hey sneak peekers, it's Edward Stockwell. We are here at the Sound City red carpet, and we are about to interview Dave Grohl, the director, all the Foo Fighters, the guitarist from Cheap Trick. Everyone's here, and so please excuse us while we rock out with our informational questions out. Thank you. You know, Sound City has a studio. What does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, it means a lot of things because a lot of my favorite records were recorded there. You know, it was the first time I ever knew who Dave Grohl was from that studio. Tom Petty, Damn the Torpedoes. Fleetwood Mac's first record was Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham. I mean, you know, so it has a lot of history. So it means that to me. Plus, I've recorded there before. And it obviously means this movie now, you know?
Yeah. And what was kind of y'all's reaction as a band when, you know, Dave said, "Hey, I'm gonna direct a movie," you know, real quick? Were y'all just?
I know that he's kind of anything he puts his mind to, he can kind of pull off. It seemed a little far-fetched to make a movie about a studio and make anybody give a shit about it.
Yeah.
But I think that as it developed, and when I saw the end, I realized that, you know, and I think they realized as they were making it, Dave and the people who worked on the movie, that it's not just necessarily about a studio. It's about the people that recorded there. It's about
music at the time.
People that worked there, the music at all the different times, and sort of the inner workings of what it's like to make a record in a studio, what relationships were like, you know, and you know, it's a story about people. It's not just about a studio.
You know, Sound City, you know, I grew up on rock and roll. My parents raised me the right way on classic rock. And we have, you know, Fleetwood Mac recorded, you know, the first time there with Stevie Nicks there. You know, Nirvana recorded there. Tom Petty recorded. Everyone's, you know, recorded there. It's like, you know, an Abbey Road for a lot of people. So to viewers who might not know, why is this place, you know, shut down?
Well, basically in the last 10 years with the advance of technology and the accessibility and availability of digital recording stuff, a lot of those old places are just closing. Yeah. Because people don't really need it anymore. You could do it in your living room, and it's amazing that you could make a record in your house. Yeah.
Like, you did, didn't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, like, it's inspiring that anyone can do that. It's amazing, you know? But unfortunately, a place like Sound City can't survive. Yeah. So it's kind of why I made the movie, because I wanted to show people that there are these places and these people and these rooms and these boards that are responsible for making history. Yes. Like, those albums changed the world. Yeah. And so if it weren't for Sound City, I don't know what those records would have sounded like. So it's kind of like...
And so without these, you know, big studios and with the advance of technology, do you think that leaves music today in a better spot, or is something missing without these studios?
As long as people realize that it's a human being that makes music. Yeah. Like, it's a person and their inspiration and their passion and their inconsistency and their personality. Like, that's what makes good music. You could record that with you know, you could record that with an iPhone. An iPhone, yeah. If it's a great song and a great performer, you got yourself a great moment in music, you know? So, you know, it doesn't really matter how you do it. The most important thing is that it's your voice.
It's a person instead of a computer, as long as the computer isn't doing the work.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say because there's no right or wrong, you know? Like, I love Gangnam Style. Yeah. I love that
like
song.
Skrillex jams.
Skrillex badass, dude.
That's
like,
his instrument.
He's amazing. And I've played on like Prodigy records, and I totally love the electronic side of music. So it's, you know, there's no right or wrong. It's just a matter of like, the only thing that's going to set you apart from the next person is you. And so you have to respect that and let that come out in whatever you're doing.
The conversation became something much bigger. How do we keep music to sound like people?
It sort of like evolves until it hits this point and maybe goes